So I'm sure by now we've all heard of the billion-dollar lawsuit happening with a bunch of the big finance YouTubers like me, Kevin, Graham Stephan, Andre Jick, and a bunch of other people in like the creators agency and BitBoy's on there, and he's having a whole freak out of himself over this. But now that seems a lot more scary if you are listed in that lawsuit because of what the SEC is doing now by going after a lot of influencers who promoted crypto. I mean, we've seen it in the past with like Kim Kardashian and Ethereum Max. I think they went after her and fined her a bunch of money. But now they're focusing on YouTubers with this new kind of thing they're going after. And it starts with one of the biggest ones is Jake Paul on that list. You can see the SEC sues Jake Paul over his crypto promotion. The news arrives following a lawsuit against the Tron founder from the SEC today. Specifically, the U.S. regulatory agency is suing Sun for potential fraud and market manipulation. So this has to do with Tron, and I think it's BTT. See here, yeah, the SEC claims Paul illegally touted the cryptocurrencies TRX and BTT without sharing that he was paid for his endorsement. So both those cryptos are Tron and BitTorrent, I think, which we can look at them. Here's BTT. I mean, what a chart that looks like. What a great investment opportunity if you would listen to Jake Paul. And here's Tron. Again, I mean, Tron, like this says, pretty manipulative. Justin Sun is not the cleanest, most trustworthy person in the world, so who knows what kind of things he's got going on. I know he was really weird with like FTX. They offered an out for people through the Tron network, but it was like a 50% premium or something crazy to get your money off if you wanted to use Tron. So it's always been a little weird with everything Tron's ever been involved in. And you can see what the SEC is going after him for, suing the Tron founder Justin Sun for a host of fraud and market manipulation allegations. Specifically, the regulator claims Sun's orchestration of the unregistered offer and sale, manipulative trading, and unlawful touting of crypto asset securities. So it seems like the SEC is starting to kind of come down on a lot of these guys who promoted crypto, promoted these projects, said that they're the next greatest thing, without telling you that they're getting paid to do that. So it's just an advertisement and they're acting like it's so great when in reality they're just getting paid to do an ad for it. And CoffeeZilla responded to this, or had a reaction to it, saying good influencer scams will stop when it starts hurting their wallets, which completely agree. Like these guys, you saw this snowball happen because a small group of influencers started doing this, made millions of dollars doing this. And then other influencers saw it who don't really care about their audience, don't care about really their brand at all, and said, well, if they're making millions and not getting punished, I should definitely be able to do that. And then we see the snowball that took off. And we can see all the people the SEC is charging here. This is the list of all the celebrities and influencers. They got Lindsay Lohan, Jake Paul, Soulja Boy, Austin Mahone, Kendra Lust, Lil Yachty, Neo, and Akon. So pretty big name people. I think the only one on this list I don't know is Kendra Lust. I'm not sure, but all the other people, pretty big names, big celebrity influencers and rappers. So there's a lot of people that are going after big name people the SEC is not happy with. And this says right here, if you scroll down a little bit more, you can see their punishment or what they've agreed to. It says the exception of Cortez Way and Mahone, the celebrities charged today agreed to pay a total of more than $400,000 in disgorgement, interest, and penalties to settle the charges without admitting or denying the SEC's findings. So it's worded, a little weird because I think that this is the total that they're all paying. So except for Cortez Way and Mahone, which is Soulja Boy, Mahone, these guys, I don't know what they're doing. They working on a different deal or fighting it, doing something, but everybody else agreed to pay a total of more than 400,000. So I think all of them combined totals more than 400K, not 400K each. We can open up part of like Jake Paul. They go into depth here talking about what Jake Paul did and everything. I mean, you can see his tweet here, TRX and a rocket ship, basically, promoting this thing and getting paid for it, but not saying he got paid for it. But this right here, Says in February 2021, Paul promoted a crypto asset security on Twitter in exchange for a payment of crypto assets valued at approximately $25,019. Paul, at the time of his promotion, had approximately 3.8 million Twitter followers. So this says, because if they together paid over 400K, there was 8 total, so this excludes 2, so 6 out of 400K, if they all paid evenly, that he paid more than $25,000 in these fines. So hopefully that is the case, right? Because that will stop this. It'll stop the influencers from promoting random things to say just make money because they can. They think it's like free money. And if it costs them more, if he made 25 grand, but this costs him $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, even if it cost him 100K, then that's a heavy loss, right? You did all of this, you got the money, and now you're getting fined way more than you made. Hopefully, that'll stop people from doing this, because the whole crypto space has been infested with grifters and scammers who are just trying to make a quick buck and couldn't care less if whatever they're promoting is good or not. And like CoffeeZilla says, the only way that this will stop is if you hurt their wallets, if they stop getting money from this and start getting punished for it. So like Jake Paul, if he ends up losing 80K on this deal because he gets fined 100K, then that's going to probably dissuade him and others who aren't as big as Jake Paul. He's a massive celebrity influencer, from doing any of these types of things, because chances are it will not be worth it. But this could tie back to the people in the FTX lawsuit, the big YouTubers involved in this $1 billion case, because these guys, even if this case gets dismissed or settled, it probably won't go to court and like actually have a whole trial and everything, because if anything, these guys are going to settle it, maybe it gets dismissed. But because the SEC is going after a bunch of other celebrities and influencers and people who promoted crypto stuff, there's a chance they could go after these guys, and a chance that, you know, they might be building a case against people who promoted FTX, against people who were involved in crypto stuff, because it just seems logical, right? If they're going after, you know, a bunch of these celebrities, and these guys might be next up on the chopping block. Now, they didn't not disclose that they were getting promoted or paid from FTX. I'm pretty sure they're good about that, but who knows? Maybe there's something building there. And even if this case gets completely dismissed or settled, which even if it gets settled, these guys are going to spend tons of money defending themselves in lawyer fees and then whatever the settlement is. So maybe that will be more than they made, and that can actually dissuade this type of stuff again. But it does seem like the SEC might be working its way towards just going after everyone who is involved in some crypto stuff. And hopefully this cleans up the space. Hopefully people stop grifting and scamming, because it's the easiest thing to do in crypto, where you can just make a coin up, make an NFT project up, pump it to your audience, dump your bags. You make millions of dollars, or thousands, hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands of dollars, while you dump it on your fans and don't even think twice about it. We've seen that way too much, and it would be so much better if they just stopped doing it altogether. Maybe this dissuades them from doing it, but that's going to do it for this video. As always, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.